Hello, and welcome back to my channel, A Lot of Elena. So, I've been absent from my channel for a few months, and there's a few reasons for that. First off, towards the end of the summer, I was getting everything ready for my room, finishing up my decor, and then really starting to prep math games and other manipulatives that I'll need in organizing things. So I really didn't have time to sit down and put out any content. I also was really struggling with staying positive and having a good mindset with all of the COVID complications. Honestly, I was feeling a little gypped by the expectations that I had for my first year and really coming to terms with the fact that those expectations were not really going to happen. I know that I've learned, and so many people out there I'm sure have learned, that we are ultimately not in charge of our life. Like, we have so little control, and I really struggle with control. I love planning, I love scheduling things and being able to control things. And so the procedures, the protocols that are set in place because of COVID kind of squish all of my control. And so it's really been a challenge for me. Yet I've really learned that, okay, I can do this. I can let go of some of my control and just be and just let life happen. Honestly, a few weeks before school began, I was really dreading the start of school. I was so nervous because, as we all were, as all teachers were, because I'm like, what the heck am I doing? I don't even know how many kids are in my class. I don't know the names of my kids yet. I don't know what's going on, what's going to happen for specials, what happens if somebody gets COVID, like what's going to happen. And I was so nervous by just all of these unknowns. But once I stepped foot in my building early July and really started to meet my teammates and meet other people who were working in my building, some of those anxious feelings were eased just by their support and willingness to help me. The first day of school was a dream. Honestly, it was a dream. Like, it was everything that I had ever dreamt of. The kids came in and I taught them exactly what to do, like what to do, where to go, when to do it. Like, they know every single procedure for every single thing. If a pencil breaks, they know what to do. They know exactly what color folder is for writing and reading, and they know when they can write a kindness card, when they can write a note to me and turn it in, and they know transition. I have these different musical tones that go off, and they know exactly what to do when they hear that tone. So one of the tones goes off, and they stand up, and they cross their arms, and they take a deep breath. And it is the coolest thing to watch. Like, I'll press it on my iPad, and they all just drop what they're doing and stand up and calmly just look at me. And so it's been, an absolute dream. Like, I've learned how to be a more effective teacher thanks to some of the instructional coaches at my school and my mentor and the help of some of my teammates. And I'm having so much fun. I'm so excited to show you my classroom because honestly, I've spent probably 2+ years really creating this space for kids. It's so funny. I've had probably 5 teachers come in and just be like, oh my gosh, it's like really calming in here. And I'm like, yes, that's exactly what I was going for. I intended for this space to almost be a restorative place where all students are loved, where they feel calm and they feel very safe. And so hearing those comments from other teachers was just so reassuring to me, and I was like, yes. So let's go see the room. Here is my classroom. It's room 208, and I have other 2nd and 1st grade teachers around me. You'll notice on the outside of the wall next to the door, there are student self-portraits that they made the first week of school. Right after walking into the classroom, there are some student mailboxes. So essentially, each student has a number, and they have 2 different shelves. So any take-home papers will go in the top shelf, and their take-home folder goes right below their number. So every evening, they will take home any papers that are in that slot, and then in the morning, they will return their take-home folder into that slot right below their number. Right next to the student mailboxes is a station for students to write me a note. So the students would open the drawer, they would grab a notepad, and they would write a note to me. When they're finished writing their note, they'll just fold it up and place it into the chute of the mailbox. Then they can tell me if they wrote me a note, or I'll just periodically check my mailbox every day to see if there's any little notes in there from kids. Directly after walking into the room on your left is the place for the VIP Student of the Week. I actually got this idea from my cooperating teacher, and it's just a great way for the student to feel special and called out that week. So they will sit in that special desk. They get to sit next to Baker Bear. They actually get to dress Baker Bear for the week. I have so many different outfits that they can put it in. Every single time that I need a helper with anything, if I need something taken down to the office, if I need help with lunch count, they are my go-to person. Baker Bear was created my senior year of college, right before I graduated. I had a professor in college named Dr. Sarah Jean Baker, and she just left such an impression on my heart and on my philosophy of teaching and just the way that I interact with students. So I really wanted a piece of her to be represented in my classroom. I decided to make a bear that was dedicated to just the great impact that she had on my academic experiences. So when you squeeze Baker Bear's paw, it says, "I'm so happy you're my student and a part of our class family." So these are just some clothes that the VIP Student of the Week can dress Baker Bear up in. It's just a fun way for kids to get excited about Baker Bear. Here you will see just a layout of the whole classroom. The way that the desks are set up is probably not how I would have intended for them to be, but due to the coronavirus and just some protocols that are established in the school, they do want all students facing one direction. So all of the students have their own desk, and then there's 2 to a table. Under each student's desk is a red supply bin. So in these supply bins are all of the supplies that the student will need throughout the day. It's just a quick way for students to have easy access to all of their supplies without having to get up. Inside their supply basket, students have a different folder designated for reading, writing, and social studies, as well as just a blank notebook and a whiteboard with a green toolbox that has markers, pencils, crayons, scissors, glue, and actually they have a stick with their name on it. So they use this stick to place it into a fun little cup when they have to go to the bathroom. This right here is about all the wall space that I have. So each column is designated for a different content area. So you can see that for writing, there's an I can statement that is underneath. All of these I can statements are Velcroed, so I can just take them off every day. I can write the objective up there and know exactly what it is we're working on. If you're familiar with Lucy Calkins, readers grow like beanstalks. And so that was the anchor chart that I used this past week. This is the main space where I do my teaching. So on the right board is the place for our everyday math calendar curriculum. It is a phenomenal program just for enforcing these everyday math practices. And then over here, and this is a little place where I just sit and can have my materials ready to teach, and I can display things on the document camera. I actually realized the first week of school that I needed a place to put this document camera, and I needed a place that had drawers, some kind of place for me to store items so that I can teach while I'm projecting things. So I found this and I brought it home and I painted it and I brought it back in really quick, and it has actually been great. I throw things down there in the shelves, and I have out my foundations and calendar math and other curriculum guides there to help me while I'm teaching. Right here, posted on the board, is just our everyday schedule with listing specific times and activities so students know exactly what to expect. In the far corner of the classroom is my space. So this is just my little area where I have my desks and I have shelves and I have drawer organizers and I actually have a fridge. So it's just a really organized but kind of cluttery space where I just put all my stuff. So back there is actually a sink. I bought the kidney table when I found out that the school only had these humongous kidney tables. So I really just wanted something that was kind of small and I could just pull students quickly over to work with me. So I bought this and it's honestly worked out amazing because I can put papers all over it and then I can clear it all off. And I can have small groups of students work with me for guided reading or just for more one-on-one instruction. Here is just a really close look at my desk, behind the scenes of all the clutter and chaos. And I actually brought in a blender to school, which has been so fun because I've been just making protein smoothies for my lunches. So I've been loving that. I really placed a lot of pride and joy in the decor of my classroom. I just worked really hard over the summer and during quarantine to make all of these uplifting and encouraging signs for my kids. And it's so funny. They've been walking around just saying like, work hard, play hard. And I'm like, yes, guys, that is it. You're getting it. So we use that terminology a lot in my class. Just that when it's time to work, like we work really hard, but when we earn playing time, like you bet it's going to be fun. Right by my desk is a place where students will make their lunch choice for the day. So they will place their little number into either the choice 1 or 2, or if they're bringing, they put it into the 3. And I just put that by my desk on purpose so that I can record their lunch choices and then get it into the system right away. Next to the lunch choice options is my turn-in tray. So they'll turn in different papers to me in the morning, like their reading log every night. So they'll put that right there. And then right in a cup where they place their stick into if they have to use the restroom. And then right above the little bathroom stick cup is my voice level chart. So when it's time to be at a level 0, 1, or 2, I will push that light to go on so they know what the expected voice level is at. And they've honestly been doing a pretty good job at following it. Next to the voice level chart is my character development frame. So for every 2 weeks, we will study a character trait, and kids can call each other out and write notes to each other if they notice that they are engaging in this character trait. Along this wall is also the classroom job chart. So each Monday morning, students will come in and they will find their job listed for the week. So I have various jobs, such as a paper manager who helps pass out papers. I have a computer manager who makes sure that the wires are all organized and that all the laptops are plugged in. I also have a book manager who makes sure that the reading area is organized and that all the books are in the right spot. Art is a visual model for student belonging. So essentially every day that a student is absent, their puzzle piece goes into the wishing well, which is the black little bucket placed right below this chart. I put up this buffalo plaited fabric to just hide some of the ugliness of all of the shelving and just the supplies. I am very orderly and like things really pretty and cute and organized. So it's a great storage place, but I wanted everything to be hidden back there. So it was super easy. I just put some little Velcro onto the fabric and then onto the shelf, the back end of the shelf, and then I just undo it if I need to get in there. This shelf is just a cute little space for birthdays to be posted, for the voice level chart to go. And then throughout the school year, when students have pictures with each other, they can bring those in and I will post those right here next to the birthday chart. This is the family wall, so students are to bring in a picture of them with their family, and this picture is posted along this wall. It's just a sweet way for all the kids to share their family and loved ones with others and to remind themselves that we are all one big family. This is probably my favorite spot in the whole classroom, which is my little reading area. So it's just a really cozy and comfy place for kids. They love going in here. So I've got everything organized by genre, and I've taught the kids exactly how this library is kept organized. The kids know that most of the chapter books are kept in the black cube organizers. And then all of the picture books are on the brown shelving. And so on each book, on the back of each book is a label that says Collins or M for Monroe, and then a number. So each bin is numbered by genre or by author or by series. And so, for example, in bin number 6, there are some Dr. Seuss books along with Eric Carle books. And so if a student were to grab a book out of the number 6 bin and they look at the back of the book on the bottom, it would say Collins 6. So they know that that book goes into the number 6 basket. On this bottom shelf in the reading corner are my places for the books and buddies. They are loving them. Like every day they're asking, can we read with the books and buddies? And I have to start telling them like, no, it might just be a Friday thing because they're just wanting to read those. And, I don't want them to play with the stuffed animal too much. But some of them have been doing a really great job of just sitting and reading, especially some nonfiction books about animals. So it's been really cute. Here is my kindness tree. So when students notice their peers being super kind or helpful, they can call them out by coming over here and grabbing a card. They will write the person's name. So blank spread kindness today from blank. And then they can put this onto the kindness tree. And it's really sweet because when they call each other out, they feel super proud. And then they also feel really special, when they're called out or noticed for their positive or kind behavior. And finally, here is my Friendship Matters board. Essentially, students can come over here and if they're struggling with a peer or having a conflict or just need a reminder, they can come over to the friendship board and refer to some strategies. Next to the friendship board is the zones of regulation board where students can go and they can find different coping strategies to help them get out of the blue, red, or yellow zones. So they are in the green zone for learning. If they are feeling dysregulated and they have talked to me, they may go into the teepee for a safe space. Thanks for watching, and I'm just honestly so grateful. I can't even believe that this is my life. So I just pray that we can all try to stay positive and find the light in this dark time. So thanks for watching.